Hey YouTube, hey YouTube. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I am so ecstatic because this is a new YouTube page that I have, and I'm so ecstatic that um my newly found passion is helping other people when it comes to having PCOS, insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes. Like, I feel like this information needs to be shared with the world. And so I'm constantly coming up with new ways of how to share this information with y'all. And I'm so glad, like I said, that you guys are enjoying it and you like it. Right now, I don't know if you guys have joined my challenge as of yet, but if you have, we started week 3 today. And week 3, one of the guidelines of the challenge is that we take a 45-minute walk every single day. If you're just now stepping on my page and you have no idea what the challenge is, who I am, what I do, what I'm talking about. My name is Coach Christy. I dealt with hormonal imbalances like insulin resistance, pre-diabetes, a very chronic vitamin D deficiency, and all of those type of things. Also, I know a lot of people deal with PCOS, which is also a hormonal imbalance. With all of these struggles and of dealing with my hormones, I constantly tried to lose weight. Like, I just had got to the heaviest I had ever been in my entire life. I was 250 pounds. 250 pounds, not that currently, but I had got to the highest weight I had ever been in my life of 250 pounds. And so with that, it caused me to go into a spiral of constant dieting and trying everything from keto to OMAD to water fasting to smoothie fasting to the military diet to the egg diet. Like, if you say something, I tried it. I tried, the 10,000 steps. I did a challenge on my other page that I had did, just for myself. And every day I had walked 10,000 steps for 30 days straight. Um, with all of these things, I would say I lost 20 to 25 pounds. So the things definitely work for, I would say, losing weight. But because they were just so extreme and they isolated either food groups or the meal was just so restrictive that about after maybe a month and a half, it's like I kept breaking. I kept falling off the wagon, so to speak. And so then for the next 2 to 4 months or 2 to 3 months, I'm basically just eating whatever, like eating back to like bad, eating habits. And sometimes they even got worse because I feel like I didn't have them for so long, or I was restricted for so long. So I would lose 20 pounds, but I would gain back 30. Or I would gain back 35. Or sometimes I would gain back the same 20. But I never could go past the threshold of 20 to 25 pounds. Then I started to learn about the number one hormone in our body. The number one hormone in our body is insulin. It controls everything in our body. It controls so much. I started learning about insulin. I started learning about insulin spikes. I started learning about a glycemic index. I started learning about how to control my insulin spikes, how to lower to get back to stable insulin. I started learning just the whole impacts of insulin. And once I started to learn about insulin, I ended up starting to cancel my gym memberships. I had 2 gym memberships. And I was doing all the weightlifting at it, all the girlies, the weightlifting girlies with the glutes and the abs and all of that stuff. I'm like, I want that. I want a body like that. So now I'm building muscle. I need to build muscle. Muscle is so important. And, with a lot of these extreme diets, they make you lose your muscle. You definitely don't want to do that. So, doing the diets, I had got hyper fixated on um, weightlifting and different things like that because I was scared to lose muscle doing the extreme dieting that I was doing. Well, once I started to learn about insulin, cancel my gym memberships, really started to tune in. How do I eat? What does it feel like when my insulin is spiked way too high? What does my body do? What does my vision? I would have blurry vision. And I would still be dealing with this even while I was, on these fad diets that I was on. So I was like, okay, so this is insulin. This is a glycemic index, which I just call it a sugar value. So depending on what you eat, everything has a sugar value. Insulin spike is good because insulin spikes just mean that your body is turning into glucose and using the glucose for energy. That's what our body is supposed to do. Keto teaches you something else. It teaches you to use fat as energy. But I just feel like your body naturally spikes to naturally use glucose for energy. So why not do what our body naturally, help our body does what it naturally supposed to do instead of changing the whole makeup internally of our body. So once I started to learn about that and getting consistent with that, because it was so easy to be consistent, is what I learned, because I didn't have to cut out food groups. I was still able to eat what I wanted to eat. I just learned how it's a love-hate relationship with the scale, because I was constantly getting on the scale to see how bad I messed up when I had filled off the wagon. So it was all good when I was seeing my body go down in size, and I would get on the scale and love to see the scale go down. But then once I would binge eat, once I would just say, to hell with the diet, once I would just be frustrated and overwhelmed that it was just like so hard to lose 5 pounds. Like I constantly feel like I was just being punished for, I don't even know why. Like, why is it so hard? Like, why don't my body just do what it needs to do? And I would get on the scale after eating that piece of bread, after having that family outing, after having a slice of pizza. And I would get on the scale and we'll see the scale go back up in numbers. And it would just be so discouraging. So me and the scale had a love-hate relationship. I loved it when it was going down, but I hated it because I knew it would eventually go back up. And so I don't get on the scale often. I get on it more now just for you guys, but I still, I really only update my weight maybe once a month or once every 2 months, just because it's a trigger for me. And so I got on the scale and I had lost 41 pounds. And I'm like, how? Like, I haven't even been going to the gym. Like, I've been walking, but you guys see, I'm walking at a normal pace. Like, I just didn't know how. I'm still eating. I don't feel hungry. I'm still able to enjoy my family outings. Like, how did I just lose 41 pounds? I'm, not dropping a boatload of no water weight or just all of this extreme stuff. So, like I said, I was just like, how? So that just made me dig more deeper into learning about insulin spikes. And I had learned that when your insulin is spiked high, when your insulin is spiked, your body is not burning fat. And it could just be spiked a little bit. Like it could just be you ate protein, your insulin is still spiked. You're not burning fat. When your insulin is stable, your insulin is in fat burning mode when it's stable. So even though my insulin spiked, by me knowing how my insulin back down to stable and what foods that I needed to eat to get it more back down to stable and control my insulin spikes, and allow my body to go into fat burning mode more often and naturally. And so I went from 43% of, sorry, 53% of body fat percentage to now I'm sitting at 30% of body fat percentage. So I've just close, just shy of 25% of body fat I have lost in 4 months. I lost 41 pounds in 4 months. I think that might be better than that Ozempic, y'all. It just might be better. And so, also with this, I don't have loose skin. Like my body on the inside is repairing. And so if you guys follow my channel, if you see my page, like I post a lot of my shorts, and it's giving y'all steps that y'all can take today and implement today. Like, let's go back this way because the sun. So it's giving steps that we can implement today. This will be posted on my page. I'm just going live because it's easier, I would say, for me to post and for me to give y'all this information right here. Right now, I am still below 1,000 subscribers. And so since I'm below 1,000 subscribers on this channel, something that I didn't know that YouTube does now is they stop your reach on your live. And so this live is not getting pushed out like it should be. The information is not being seen. And so if you do by some chance come across this information, I just say, can you hit the subscribe button if you have not? And let's get to 1,000 subscribers. That's all I ask for. Can you hit this? If I just said anything that you feel like will be of value to you, because this is what my channel is about, and that will help you hit this threshold that you've been wanting to hit the subscribe button for me and a like button. That's all I ask. So I lost 41 pounds. As I'm now, because I was posting my journey. At first I was posting like, get thick fit with me, because I'm like, I'm about to be thick fit. Like I'm about to be going to the gym. I'm about to be thick, but I'm about to have muscle. I'm about to build glutes. I'm about to do this. As I learned, it's a different step that you need to get to that. Like you really, like you could be strong and all of that, but do you want to look like a bodybuilder? Do you want to look like you're lining up for competition? And I personally didn't want that look for my body. And I wanted the scale to go down. Like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with the scale, so I really wanted it to go down. And so I really need to focus on how to lose this body fat. And so, yeah, I learned how to do that. I learned how to do that. So as I'm sharing my journey of the thick fit end up turning into, no, that's not right. The thick fit was cool. I kept on losing and regaining the same 2 to 3 pounds over and over again. And I was just writing it off because people were saying, well, if you're building muscle, you can't really get on the scale because muscle is still going to weigh. So, and I'm just like, no, but I want to see the scale go down. And they're like, there's no sense of getting on the scale because you're gaining muscle. And so the scale is not going to move. Okay, well, that's not going to work. And so I said, for the people who like me, or who dealing with the same things I'm dealing with, this is what I'm doing. And this is how I done got rid of belly fat. I had a picture or I had a video when I had went to the gym. This when I said I went to the gym that day to weight lift. I went to the gym that day to learn weightlifting. The video that like was my first viral video or little short clip that was taken when I went to the gym to go weightlifting. The transformation video of my stomach is not all the way flat, but it's way flatter than what it was. It's just me getting up at home, and I think I had took like a 15-minute walk that day, and I had been doing that consistently. And everybody was like, well, how are you doing this? Like, I really, I see a lot of people who have a stomach like yours, but they have like a hanging, like loose skin now. Like, how did your stomach go down? Like, how are you getting rid of this, even though still, like, you're still 200? Like, right now, I weigh 209. So they like, you still in your 200s, but your stomach is going down. Like, how? Because a lot of people say that their stomach didn't go down until, like, they were like 170 pounds, 180 pounds, but your stomach is going down and you still in the 200s. Like, how did you do that? And so I just started commenting, hey, I learned how to control my insulin spike. They like, well, how did you, like, what's the insulin spike? And like, well, and then I got PCOS and I've been trying to lose weight and it's so hard. Like, what is an insulin spike? And so I started making more videos on my insulin, on what an insulin spike is. What do I mean when I say that? How to control that? What's some different meal ideas? What's some different things that I do? As far as activities, like I started to make little short of all of this because it was easier for me to do. Excuse me, and it still is easier for me to do than to take, all this time out to do a live that I'm not for sure if anybody is going to see. But I know if I do a short clip, then people will see it who need to see the information and they could do something that's going to change, their whole entire life. So I feel like I still feel like it's more valuable from the short clip because just the amount of people who is helping when they come across my page. And so they like, well, I want to start, like, where do I start? And I was like, well, I could do like some coaching calls. Like, then I'm like, I still want to do that, but a lot of people maybe don't have the funds right now. Like, it's a lot going on, like, but I still want to help these people. Like, I still want to be of service. And I was like, let me think about what am I doing? Like, if I could like break it down in bite-sized pieces, let me look at my journey for these past 4 months. Because even though I've been trying for 3 years, I was doing all the wrong things. Let me look at this journey that I had for the past 4 months and what did I do? What did I do? And so I looked at my journey and seen what I did, and I ended up creating a challenge. It's 100% free, but this challenge, because I didn't only have to think about what did I do, I had to think about what was my different obstacles. Like, what was the reason that I kept failing? What was the food that I kept going back down to? What was different? Because it was a breaking point that I had in my journey, and I might talk about it on another live stream. But it was a breaking point that I had that had put me in tears. And it's like, okay, what did I do differently? What did I ask God for? And when I did that and got a hold of that, everything changed. And so this challenge is to dominate those cravings that you keep falling for, that's keeping you further and further away from your goals. And so this challenge is called Tame the Beast Challenge. It's called Tame the Beast Challenge, y'all, because we taming the beast. So the first thing of this challenge is to cut off all your sugary drinks. That's your soda, that's your juice, that's your um, teas, your coffees. Cut them off. Like the what's they say? The song "Turn Off the Lights, Turn Them Off." Yeah, we're gonna need you to do that. Um, Second thing is cut off all sweets, desserts, chips, cookies, uh, anything that has added sugar. So when you look at the nutritional facts, on one line it says sugar, and so that may be 1 gram, couple of grams, 10 grams, who knows. Right underneath that line is a space that says added sugar. It should say 0 grams. If you got anything other than 0 grams, you can't eat it. And since companies are so sneaky, the other thing is to check the ingredient label. If when you check the ingredient label, it has cane sugar in it, you are not allowed to eat it. You are not allowed to eat it. And so they have a thing like if something is less than 1 to 2% of the ingredient whole, they don't have to put it on the nutritional fact, but they still have to put it in the on the ingredients. And so yeah, if it has cane sugar, you can't eat it. The next thing is to eat high fiber, and to eat at least 30 grams of protein with every meal. Fiber is the only nutrient that doesn't turn into glucose in our body. Fiber is basically its own separate entity, but it works well with our body because it helps speed up the digestive system, and it controls how much blood sugar goes into, how much glucose goes into our blood sugar naturally. So I call it the bodyguard. And so you always want to have a bodyguard. Just always have a bodyguard. Protein, what protein does is like I said, your insulin's going to be spiked no matter what you eat. But protein keeps you fuller longer, and it spikes your insulin lower. And so it's going to be easier for you to go back to a stable blood sugar when you have a lower spike. That's just how things work. And so there's some more things on this challenge, but I definitely, before I get off of here, I want to talk about the feed the beast portion. And so feed the beast. So the challenge is called Tame the Beast. Feed the beast. What I noticed is every 3 to 4 days, my cravings were so intense that I could really even go to sleep. And what I also noticed is that when I gave in and ate whatever I was craving, my I actually lost weight the next day. I lost a few pounds. And so that is now implemented into my challenge. It's called Feed the Beast. Day 3 to 4, you about to start feeling some kind of cravings. I need you just to eat whatever you want to eat. Like, eat whatever is on your mind that you need to chow down on. Eat it. Eat it guilt free. Don't cry. Don't think you messed up. Don't think you're a failure. Don't think that you're lazy. Don't think that you can't stick with something. Just eat it. And then go back to regular scheduled program. So if y'all wanted this whole challenge, I have a food list for y'all. I have sugar substitutes for y'all. I have sugar substitutes for y'all. I have a vitamin list for y'all. I like put so much into these guides, and they 100% free. Y'all can click the link in the description box to join the challenge. And This is what I feel like is more effective to be able to help y'all with what's going on. So I would love for y'all to join, and then just to show my appreciation and also me being so proud of y'all that y'all not procrastinating, because I don't want y'all to procrastinate on this, is you guys are going to get a link sent to your email for the free community support group. It's not always going to be free, but it's free right now just to show that you guys are not procrastinating. And so it's a private Facebook group. You will only be able to join if your email is verified through you being entered in the challenge, because I just want to make sure that it continues to stay a positive space. I want to make sure that people know what the challenge is and they're not promoting, other different things that's confusing people. And I just want to know that we all in this together, and so that's why I have it like that. So yeah, y'all, until next time, I love y'all. Bye.